So shall we wait for some people? Because I think only the speakers are there. There are no participants. I think some sound problem is there with Mr. Mondal.
Dr. Chaudhary, I'm Sanjay Thakur here. I participated in the last two webinars on MSME that your institute had conducted. So I'm just a participant. I'm at least one participant is here.
So you are the repeat extrovert. You are the repeat participant.
Correct.
So what made you to attend this repeatedly?
We need MSME to help us. we need your help, sir. And if given an opportunity, I'd like to also speak a little bit, if that is possible later on.
Yeah, absolutely. But I think there is no listener. All the people are speakers.
I see. No, MSME should listen to us. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
মন্ডল বাবু, আপনার তো সাউন্ডই শোনা যাচ্ছে না। আমার মনে হয় না যে এই হেডফোনটা দিয়ে সাউন্ড শোনা যাবে। এটা কথা শোনার জন্য, কথা বলার জন্য না। কিছুই শোনা যাচ্ছে না। আপনার কথা না শোনা গেলে কি করে হবে? मिस्टर नीता रॉय, आप you are the person who also attended Calcutta chapter seminar. So you just tell to Mr. Mondal that we cannot hear his voice. विलियम सर, आपका तबीयत कैसा है?
हेलो।
हाँ बलवीन सर, आपका तबीयत कैसा है?
ओके सर, आई एम फाइन।
ठीक है, बहुत बढ़िया। आपको देख के अच्छा लगा। लास्ट दिन आपका हालत बहुत खराब था। So,
It's improving.
So if we cannot hear Mr. Mondal, then how do we proceed? No, Mr. Mondal, you have to change the system.
পৰাগ চোৱাচোন মেগনামিতি মেগনামিতি শব্দটোৰ স্পেলিংটো কি চোৱাচোন অলপমান ইফাল ফাল হৈ আছে
There is no point. I don't know. I want to take your views also at the same time, that whether we should proceed or we should cancel or postpone. You speak one by one, and then we'll take a call on this.
Dr. Chaudhary, I'm Ranjit Das. So I think at least you can hear us and maybe you can pick up some points and hello.
Yeah, this is Tridip Sharma. I also feel the same. We can have at least half an hour we can chat. And you can hear us.
Okay. Anybody else?
I'm Orijit Purkasta from Guwahati, and I have the same views with Mr. Ranjit Das and Mr. Tridip Sharma. But it's very unfortunate that this is what we have to, because we see, in spite of our limited work, we have now giving time over here, but no one is giving that much of importance. So this is very heartening, and that is why the Northeast tourism is neglected about. Yeah. So it's very unfortunate. Mr. Dev Burman should have been there. I mean, there's no one over here. So I think next time we will not participate in such a webinar. This is my views.
Okay, so I think Mr. Purkasto, what you said, it's okay, fine. But at the same time, what Mr. Tridip Sharma and Ranjit Das have said, that we can always discuss. So we'll not go for a formal kind of opening and all. In that case, I would go with the majority, and maybe I can hear what Tridip Sharma, you and Ranjit Das, whatever you say. But to be very honest, let me tell you that this is the fourth zone for which we are conducting, and this basically this webinar, which we thought this came from the idea of the secretaries and commissioners who sit in Delhi, who are the policy makers. And this is the first time when Ministry of MSME and Ministry of Tourism, they have thought that, okay, let us see differently, because government, you know that government works in silo, and that's why Ministry of Tourism, when they are looking into the tourism industry, which has tremendous potential to grow, and at the same time tourism industry which has got affected maximum right now because of the COVID-19. But at the same time, if you look at MSME, the definition had been changed in the month of April. And right now, services as well as manufacturing up to 5 crore is considered as small industry. It is no more the previous one, like the entire concentration was into manufacturing. But today, the focus is also into service segment. And the entire idea came out from there that, okay, if we can grab the mindset of the people who had been affected the most, that is the tourism sector, the tour operators, the hoteliers, the small vendors who are attached in tourism sector. So if we can bring their pain points, and most probably if we can bring it as a documented way, so that can be presented in front of the policymakers, and they can take a suitable decision whether there has to be a specific scheme for tourism sector, service sector, or there could be something, I don't know, because what is in their mind. So in that kind of backdrop, this entire webinar been thought. It had really been successful in 3 zones. We have Mr. Sanjay Thakur also over here, who has already actually participated in 2 other zones. That is mostly east, and previous to that it was west. These 2 zones I think he has attended. So
I attended the first one. Sorry, Dr. Churi. I attended the north, and the west.
okay, north and the west, yeah. So he has attended already. So he knows that what kind of deliberation has gone to the level of concern. And this is the first time we have thought that we'll get the idea from the field. And that's the reason you have seen that in the somebody's mic has to be muted, please. So this is the first time like we thought that, okay, so in the registration part, we created a survey form so that, like we can grab the idea of the field operators. And we have got enough, like around 270 feedback from different segments across the tourism sector. And right now, we'll be presenting that case in front of Delhi to the Ministry of Tourism as well as Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. We have created the panel with 2 bankers at the same time, so that one from SIDBI and another from SBI, so that they can also tell, and that is what is my experience in last couple of weeks. They can also talk about different schemes which can be taken by the tour operators. See, that is what is very important. It is not that majority of the time we are saying that we are not getting loan or the bank is refusing. That is not the scenario. Many of the people, they are getting the loan. Now, what has happened, basically what I have understood, that there is a gap. The gap is of the awareness. We don't know. You being a tour operator, you don't know that what are the existing scheme right now, what are the collateral free schemes, what are the capital if you require some waiver onto the pending money or maybe statutory money. So what kind of scheme you should enroll? So first thing I have understood that majority of the service segment operators, they don't have their paperwork very clear. So they don't have the past background of the lending capability. That means banker, if they want to give some loan to some people, banker cannot give the money because that is not their money. They are the custodian of the public money. So unless and until I show my credential that I have a capability to pay back, bankers will never release the money. This is number 1. And number 2, majority of the tour operators or the stakeholders of this particular segment, they have not registered with Udyog Aadhar. Udyog Aadhar is one of the scheme which is basically going on long back. It's similar to like Aadhar. So it actually recognizes a business into the field, and that Udyog Aadhar recognizes you as micro, small and medium enterprises. So I stop here and I'll invite Mr. Tridip Sharma first to speak, and then maybe some questions I'll answer. Some questions, of course, I have Mr. Balvin Vaidya. He will also talk about the different schemes which are available. And I am sure that this will actually make this session learning and interactive. Thank you very much. Mr. Sharma, you are muted.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
I want to highlight 2 points. Number 1, I own a resort which is in business for the last maybe 17, 18 years. I am financed by NetFee. Now, NetFee doesn't have provision of providing working capital. So I have my account with HDFC. Last maybe 10 years, I am with HDFC. HDFC is very happy with us. They have been offering me CC. They have been offering me CC facility, but I have never availed the CC facility before. But after this lockdown, I thought, why not take a CC facility from them? So I called up HDFC, and they were too eager to provide me with a CC loan, cash credit loan. And they took all my documents and promised to come back to me within 24 hours. And finally gave me the reply that no bank is willing to support organizations in the hospitality sector, in the tourism sector. Means financing hotels, resorts, or tour operators have been stopped in at least Assam or Northeast by the banks. So this is a very serious point I want to highlight. My second point is, Government of India, the Finance Ministry, had offered some reliefs. One of the major relief was they offered to pay 6 months PF from the Government of India side. But they put the condition that Aadhaar card is mandatory for the employees. Now in Assam and or Northeast, the process of Aadhaar card has not been completed. For no fault of ours, our employees have not, they couldn't take the benefit. So I want to highlight these 2 points. One is why tourism sector is not on the priority list, why banks are not willing to finance organizations in the tourism sector, even though their papers are excellent. Like NetFee has given me a lot of loans and they are very happy with me and they want to give me more loans. But when I want a CC loan, the other banks are not giving me because they say that financing tourism sector organizations have been stopped in Assam. So these are the 2 points I want to highlight.
I think Balvin, sir, you can answer this question.
Good evening. Are you already existing with any customer of any bank right now?
Yeah, I am a customer of NetFee, Northeast
NetFee.
Development Bank of India. NetFee, Northeast Development and Finance Bank of India.
Okay. And
I'm
they
a
should
very good customer, but they do not provide CC. They do not have the, in their mandate, they cannot give CC. They give only term loan.
Okay. One thing, let me tell you, if you are already an existing customer and availing some credit facility with whatever bank you called right now, the outstanding as on 29th February 2020, whatever be it, you are eligible for 20% of that outstanding as on 29th February without discrimination, without any discussion. You have a right. I tell you, you have a right over it. If your bank balance was outstanding, some credit balance, some loan from the bank was existing, and 20% of that, say, let us say your outstanding as on that 29th February was, say, let us say 1 crore. So 20% of that means you are eligible for what is called 20 lakhs, that is GECL loan, Guaranteed Emergency Credit Line. You are eligible for that. I think you have a right
to ask. Is it the liquidity grants loan you are talking of, sir?
Liquidity, it is called. You see, whatever loan, your term loan or working capital, CC, whatever you call it, whatever was outstanding in the books of account as on that date, any bank for that matter, not only SBI, HDFC or any other way, any commercial bank, any private bank, 20% of the outstanding as on 29th February, you have a right. And this right is available up to 31st March. You can just go and make a claim. You are eligible for it, sir. And the rate of interest also is very, very low, something like 7.545% as of now.
Now I have availed this loan from NetFee at 8% interest.
Okay, then fine. Then what is the issue?
Now I am talking of CC, cash credit.
That's what I am telling. This is also nothing.
It's not that I want the loan right now. When they approached me, I thought, why not take? I may use the loan or I may not use the loan. But I was told that the organizations in the hospitality sector, banks are not giving loans right now. That is what I'm trying to highlight.
Maybe I can't comment on something which is a territory or location-based issue. I think I can't just comment on that. Here in Telangana, in Andhra Pradesh, irrespective of whatever sector it is there, whether even it is tourism also, if there is some outstanding as on 29th February, they are eligible. But let me add, new operators, new tour operators, new hotels, we are going slow. We are not aggressive, but we are going slow.
We are 17 years old with a turnover of 5 crore. I do not need the loan, but my point is why they are saying that you cannot get the loan.
Then it is for you to go and convince your banker, sir.
And I spoke to some other banks also. They are also saying that right now the banks are not giving loan to the tourism sector.
No, if you have got good balance sheet, healthy balance sheet, GST being paid for the last ever since its inception, then I think you have every right to ask for this thing.
Okay, let us not continue now.
Okay, so I think we'll get into the interaction mode more. So not much of the introduction, but Padmaja, here maybe you can give the little introduction about Mr. Tridip Sharma as well as Balbhim sir.
Okay, sir. Mr. Tridip Sharma, Advisor, Hotel and Restaurant, Association of Assam, VP Northeast India Tourism Confederation, replacing Mr. Pranab Das, General Secretary, HRAA. Sir,
Mr. Balbhim Badda.
sir, okay, sir. Mr. Balbhim Vaidya, AGM SME LHO Hyderabad. He joined the bank in 1983. He has vast and diverse experience, having worked in fields such as credit, general banking, personal banking, etc. He was instrumental in handling portfolio of 400 crores as head of SME Center, Hyderabad, during 2017 and 2019, where many initiatives such as driver empowerment program of Tricor, Stand Up India, Mudra financing, etc. were successfully launched. Sir, over to you, sir.
Okay. So now I would request Mr. Ranjit Das to speak, and you have his profile. You can also introduce him and then he will speak.
Okay, sir. Mr. Ranjit Das, I'm welcoming you.
Can I
President
start?
Tour Operator Association of Assam. Actually, I've written all in sequence, sir. It's not going like that now, so I have to search the papers. Now I would like to invite Mr. Ranjit Das, is the president of the Tour Operators Association of Assam, TOAA. He is presently working as director of Baroi and company with hotel properties at Guwahati, Shillong, Kaziranga and Haflong. With over 20 years of experience, he is also associated with FICCI and CH and served in their tourism committees. Sir, you may kindly proceed.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Chaudhary. Of course, little pathetic that the people have not joined in much. But anyway, the tourism industry definitely has been crippled by the pandemic and then thereafter the lockdown. So it has affected us because of the fact that in Assam and the Northeast, we have a very small tourism window for tourism activities. It spans from October to May, so it's just about 7-8 months. So in that period, we have to sustain for the whole year. So our entrepreneurs here, the tourism entrepreneurs, are small entities. They are not big houses. So they are mostly proprietorship firms. And most importantly, they are first generation entrepreneurs. And they do not have the emergency corpus set aside to meet such situations. So we are very much short of liquidity. Because tourism here has developed maybe in the last 1.5 decades. It's still in developmental stage. So we are trying to grow. We are looking for markets. And so we need liquidity support. As Dr. Chaudhary had said about service and the manufacturing being one now in MSME connotations, that's good. But there is a specific need for a specific mention of tourism in the definition, because banks are still not very forthcoming and take tourism as the last priority, and that's a fact. So I think tourism has to be mentioned, and anything for tourism has to be tourism specific. We had a meeting with the nodal officer here during the lockdown because our question of a survival was there. Jobs were there to be saved, the offices have to be kept running. So we met the nodal officer here, and then we had discussed in length about our liquidity problems. So at that time, they had suggested basically two sort of, you can say, the two proposals they had given us. One was the funds of funds. Actually, as I said before, our entrepreneurs are mostly proprietary firms. So funds of funds are not helpful because it's a equity participation. So that doesn't apply to us. And the other one was a champion service sector scheme, where the central government has put tourism and hospitality as one of the 12 sectors identified under this scheme. Here again, I mean, it's a very good scheme, and it will benefit the tourism industry as a whole. And for an individual tour operator, his urgency for funds, it is not helpful, because this is for the overall tourism industry, we believe. So these are the two schemes that was proposed to us, and it didn't help us much. So I think Dr. Chaudhary can throw more light on that, and maybe some others also as we go along. So basically, there are three issues that we have here. Firstly, it's the access to credit. That's what I had said, like the liquidity crunch that we are facing now because of the lockdown and loss of business, zero billing, zero revenue. So it's access to credit. That's a very big support that we want. And the second is the ease of doing business. Because once the revival starts here, once the tourism, some trickle of people come here, we need the ease of doing business, because as people travel to Assam, they would like to travel to the neighboring states as well, like Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, and other states. So we need a common SOP. I mean, we can't have states, different states having different SOPs. That will create a lot of harassments and a lot of, the seamless travel experience will not be there. So a common SOP is very much needed, which is about to begin, I hope. So ease of doing business. My friend Tridip Sharma is here. He's a hotelier. He'll also agree that a hotel maintains more than 10, 11 licenses and permits and whatnot. So what is the livelihood or sustainability. So if there's some ease of doing, getting permits and all, that will also be helpful. And of course, later when we try to revive and thrive in the future, maybe market access because of a geographical remoteness, maybe some assistance or some support from the government to get market access, that will be a great effort, I think. So with that, I think since we were just few of us here, I think with that I end here, and I would like my friend here, who's already here, Sanjay Thakur. He's a very, very veteran inbound tour operator of the region. So he has some very pertinent questions, I think. I mean, I think we should hear him also. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Aruna, who is the next speaker after Mr. Ranjit Das?
Sir. Sir,
After Mr. Ranjit Das, who is the next speaker?
Ajit Purekashan. Can I introduce?
Mr. Arijit Purokayastha.
Okay, sir.
So you just introduce him and then let him speak also.
Okay, sir. Now I invite Mr. Ajit Purekashtha, Director of Koili Tours and Travels Private Limited, operates tours in the states of Assam, Meghalaya, Arunachal Pradesh, Nagaland, Mizoram, Manipur, and Tripura. And he is also a founder secretary of TOAA and also chapter chairman Northeast of Association of Domestic Tour Operators of India. Sir, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Dr. Chaudhary. As Mr. Ranjit Das, our President Tour Operator Association, rightly pointed out, that tourists from mainland India have always seen Northeast India as one region. And he rightly pointed out that uniform protocol for Northeast India is the need of the hour. Now, every state in Northeast having different COVID rules and regulations for outsider, and God knows when tourism yet to kick off. As a result, tour operators are going through a financial crunch, a severe financial crunch, and receiving repeated calls from the banks and financial institutions, which is almost like a threat, I'll say. It's almost like a threat. What tour operators require extending expiry dates of the transport documents because they have to pay so much of money, almost 70,000 to 80,000 for the commercial vehicles, and some additional relaxation from banks and financial institutions. Strategic government planning can save tour operators, guides, the tour operators are making sacrifices for the common good, the safety of the people by compromising with their livelihoods. The government may help us by facilitating moratorium loans and relaxation during the challenging period. But timing is becoming a crucial factor now. Tour operators, Assam, along with northeastern states, the challenges were hand in hand in the past, earlier also, before COVID, and tour operators face obstacles in everyday business operations. Managing tours and travel business was very hard, but in spite of these challenges were coped. But now tourism industry in Assam and Northeast is slipping through fingers like sand, like life, and in the verge of collapsing. That's the reality, and that is my take on this. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now I would like to invite Mr. S.H. Gopi Nami, joined SIBI in 2010 and has 10 years of experience in MSME, financing and development financing. He has varied experience of financing and development MSMEs in different parts of the country. Presently, he is a branch in charge of Agartala office, SIDBI. Sir, over to you, sir. Sir, unmute you, sir. Please.
His voice is not coming.
Sure.
He is unmuted, but voice is not coming.
Yeah, sir. Some technical issues there, sir.
Maybe he has to log out and again join. No voice is coming.
Hello, am I audible now, sir?
Yeah. Now it is coming.
Sir, good afternoon. This is Gopi from SIDBI Agartala branch office. I was just referring to the entrepreneur who was earlier mentioned that he was not getting credit facility in the state of Assam, saying that tourism sector has been, they have restricted credit access to the tourism sector. I think he needs to visit other branches, sir. Maybe I'm not aware who is the SLBC of the Assam. If he can visit their prime lender, I think United Bank is the SLBC of Assam, if I am right. If can you correct me on that, please? Hello, hello, sir. Am I audible?
Sir, you are audible, sir. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, so I would request him to visit other branches because the information shared by the bank where he has visited, I don't think I agree with that. So maybe if he can visit other banks, since he's a good customer of NetFee, I'm quite sure that he will get the credit limits. This is
Thank
the
you.
first thing I wanted to bring to the notice of the podium. The second thing is. See, like there are various government schemes which I would like to run through quickly. The one is Mudra, where the loan amount of up to ranging from 50,000 to 10 lakhs can be availed. And the second thing which I want to bring to the notice of the podium is the Stand Up India scheme, where for women entrepreneurs and SC/ST category entrepreneurs, for greenfield units, that is new units, loans of 10 lakhs to 1 crore can be sanctioned, provided the borrower has a experience and credit worthy record, and the project needs to be is credit worthy. Every branch has has a target to do Stand Up India loans, and provided the credit worthiness of the proposal and the credit worthiness of the borrower, there is a high chance. And third thing I want to bring to the notice of the podium is the Udyam Mitra portal. There is a portal by name Udyam Mitra where people can download project profiles for any kind of assistance if required. If they want to file any, if they want to get any project profile for their own personal use. And fourth thing is, I want to quickly run through the NIDS scheme. Here, there are all new industrial units in manufacturing and service sectors located near or eligible. There are like 7 components. First component is central capital investment incentive for access to the credit. Here, the incentive is around 30% of the investment in plant and machinery with an upper limit of 5 crores on the incentive unit per unit. The second component is central interest incentive. It is 3% on the working capital credit advanced by eligible banks. Third component is central comprehensive insurance incentive. It is reimbursement of 100% insurance premium on insurance of plant and building. Third component is GST reimbursement up to the extent of CGST and IGST for 5 years. And fifth component is IT reimbursement of center share for IT for first 5 years. And the sixth component is transport incentive. It is 20% of the cost of transportation by inland ways or through railways, and 33% of the cost of transport of air freight on perishable goods. And seventh component is employee incentive, where the government shall pay 3.67% of the employer's contribution. All these incentives are available only for new units, and the land cost component cannot be included in the components cost. This is one thing, and the nodal agency of this scheme is NetFee. So these are the key points I wanted to bring to the notice of the podium. And I would like to thank for giving me this opportunity to share my views. And with this, I would like to conclude, madam. Hello.
Thank you, Gopi, for your speaking.
Yes,
Right
sir.
now, I want to make it open for the people because since we don't have much people, who are attending.
Yeah.
So whoever is there, I know Vikas is also here and also Amit Biswas. So it's up to Amit Biswas to speak first, and then maybe Vikas also can speak. Then Sanjay Thakur can also speak. Anybody who want to speak?
Yeah, this is Sanjay here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Sir, this
Oh,
side
sorry,
is Amit. I am calling from Calcutta. I am telling something regarding what Mr. Tridip Sharma says first. That I have a account, current account in I have a tour operator and I have approved by the MOT. So I have a bank account. Hello.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bank account in State Bank of India last 7 years. And many times I have told that during this pandemic time, I gone there, I visited there, that government has given such scheme, credit guarantee scheme, and yeah. So why can't there is a loan in my account? Why cannot I get this loan? Why cannot I avail? So straight away they have told me, though your record is very good and last 7 years your account is there, and there is no your account is fantastic, there is no, so but still in this sector we cannot give you any loan or something like that. And after that I have another account in HDFC also, so I have approached HDFC also, because they have asked me, they have told me, bring your previous 2 years balance sheet and everything. After submitting all the documents and everything, so suddenly they called me and told me that this year during the pandemic time you do not have any sales record or something like that. So in this issue we cannot give you any loan or something. And now the tourism sector government, though you have seen various newses in the newspaper around or on the TV or in Google News, you are regularly getting the news. But when in our banking sector, our higher authority, until and unless they give us the go ahead, so we cannot give you anything. This is the scenario for us.
Anybody else?
Can I respond for him?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
See, you said you are already an SBI bank customer, right? You are only having a current account. You are not having any credit facility. For all those customers who are having credit facility as on 29th February 2020, they are eligible by way of right 20% of the outstanding as on 29th February. But still, you say that you have good credentials and been in the business for the last 7-8 years. You must be also having GST, I believe. You must be having also a audited balance sheet for the last 2 years, 18, 19, 20, whatever it is. You can apply. I will tell you online site. You can please note down SBI loans in 59 minutes. Top call.
That is sorry sir. Last 1 year back, it has government has launched, and I have also applied in that account. Hello.
Tell me.
That is PSB loan. You can get loan within 59 seconds. And during
minutes,
that time,
not seconds.
hello.
59 minutes. 59 minutes. Not seconds.
No, 59 minutes. Sorry. So applied on that, and that in that also I taken my papers to the SBI also. So during that time also, SME loan sanctioned from the area.
Please tell me whether did you get in principle approval from the system. You please tell me whether did you get in principle approval.
Yeah, I got it is.
If you have got in principle approval, you have a right to go and approach your nearest bank where you have applied. Give them the required documents, papers, whatever it is. Within 1 week of your giving the in principle approval, it is mandatory on the part of the bank to respond and sanction and disburse. Unless otherwise, this thing. Normally 99.9% it is done because it is a system generated. There is no accountability. There is no this thing. It is a system generated one. you please, I request you to approach your nearest banker, whatever it is. And if you have any issue, you get in touch with NIMSME. I will also perhaps coordinate and try to see whether things can be done in the proper manner. Okay.
See, one thing, let me tell you, Balwin sir, he has given his email ID over there in his ID. You can always write him if you have a specific and valid problem. And I'll also give my email ID. But I think that there must be somewhere some disconnect. Otherwise, SBI
yes,
at this point of time is giving loans without collateral in many places, even to the service segment. But
Sir, basically they here, when I approach to the bank,
we are lost.
No, nevertheless, Dr. Chaudhary, I mean, one point that is emerging here, I mean, yes, I agree with Balvin sir that there must be some gaps and what you were saying also. Obviously, the paperwork has to be complete. But nevertheless, if there are very minor ones, because the intent of the government is very, very positive at the moment. I mean, they really want to help as many people as possible, especially in the MSME. And that's where these series of webinars that under your stewardship NISMA is conducting is absolutely topical, very, very fruitful. But in case we can create a platform where probably, these minor issues can be shared with us, people can always guide them. And in case there may be some bank manager in some corner of the country who may be slightly risk averse and maybe doing it. But given the intent of the government, probably we can take that forward if we can collate. I mean, I'm not necessarily from a government platform. I mean, people like us who are in private sector, we represent OYO, we are represented at each of the large industry associations. I mean, we can always take it through them as well. So, I mean, rather than the government stepping in, or let's say under the good offices of Vaidya sir, SBI stepping in, we can also take it otherwise. So what I'll do is that in the chat box, I'll put in my email ID also, and would be more than happy to really help anybody who is requiring to take these kind of minor issues up so that the things are sorted out and people get benefited. Because the intent of the government, as Dr. Chaudhary would agree, intent of the government is very, very clear, very positive. They really want to help people out. Idea is that, yes, obviously the paperwork has to be done. It's a government process.
And
if I may intervene here, sir, Vishwas, I think it was the query was from Vishwas, sir, no?
Yes, that's right, sir.
Sir, what you can do is you can give me, Devendu sir will share my cell number with you. You can WhatsApp me a message on that, and also indicate the name and the cell number of the concerned person with whom you have been talking to in SBI. Anyway, I will just try to coordinate and see whether things can be put in the proper perspective, and let me find out actually what is the lacuna and what is the lacking there in your papers or whatever it is, so that we both of us can coordinate and get the things done at the ultimately. Okay.
That is very, very positive on you, Vaidya sir.
I know.
And congratulations, Dr. Chaudhary. I mean, you could never have accepted now issues getting sorted out on the webinar. It was more of an information dissemination, but now issues are getting sorted out. It couldn't have been any better than this. Thank you very much, all of you.
The credit goes to Mr. Mandal because he didn't keep more people. So we have that fancy over here that we can take your individual questions over here.
No, thank you very much. So, but the intent, I'm talking about the intent.
Gopinami, can I please enter? Mr. Gopinami, can I have the website that gives all the facilities as you spoke of? Mr. Gopinami?
Mr. Gopinami, I think he logged out, and again he will. Okay, yeah. You kindly give the website details as Mr. Tridib Sharma is asking.
All the facilities that you spoke of.
In the chat box, you just give the website details.
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So, Mr. Biswas, thank you that you like that, and I really appreciate your good words towards us. And anybody else except except after Amit Biswas, I think Mr. Sanjay Thakur, you have spoken. Anybody else want to speak?
Can I, may I come in for another minute, sir?
Yeah, sure.
Sanjay. So, I would like to thank everybody, and it's good to see my colleagues here, Tridip Sharma, Ranjit Das, Arijit Purkayasa, and all, and Dr. Chaudhary. Thank you again, and Mr. Vikas Singh and Mr. Balvin Vaidya. This is all. I had attended, like I said, the 2 other webinars. It's always been very, very interactive, and we feel that there is something really positive going on here. But coming back to the subject matter, I think it's MSME and how the tour operators can be helped by this MSME, the National Institute of MSME. I think it might be a little repetitive of what I had said in the last 2 webinars. Number one is about the 20% of this scheme of 20% outstanding of loan amount which is to be given. We did have deliberations on it. If it could be increased to 50%, that would really help us. Without much of documentation and all that, because I think it's already there with the banks. They had already given us the 20%. Number 2 is what I would like to point out is the NBFCs are not very forthcoming in offering this. I had approached one of the NBFCs, and they said that the tourism sector is not with them. They said that it's some sectors we are already we have already given out, but the tourism sector, your sector, is not with us, so we cannot really help you in this count. So and they say that if as soon as we get information that can be given out to the tourism sector, they will do it. But then I do not know. We do not have any means of knowing who's controlling all that. Like I think Mr. Vaidya had said that it is imperative of the banks and the financial institutions that this 20% of this credit guarantee scheme it has to be given if you have some outstanding on the 29th of February 2020. So I do not know why NBFCs are not very helpful on this count. That is the number 2. Number 3 is about this SIDB, I think, which is actually giving out the majority of this what you call loans through other banks to the MSME sector. What special benefits can SIDB offer to Northeast based Assam-based or Northeast-based tour operators, if there are any? Because this is, as my colleagues had already pointed out, this is a special case because of the 6 or 7 months of business only. Plus, we are actually growing. It's not that it's a business that is not growing. It's not that it's not a sector which is not growing. It has been growing for the last 10, 15 years. And that is why we see so many players coming into it. We have had a very good run, I would say, for the last 5 to 6 years. Then, of course, in 2019, through this since December, we are facing a lot of problems with the CAP movement, and then of course the pandemic and all that. Now, if some special incentive, of course these government loans and schemes are already there, we should be able to avail all that through the help of the MSME officials. But if something more can be done for the Northeast tour operators, and like Ranjit Das has pointed out, if we do not survive now, we will all lose our jobs, our businesses, and of course and now we have trained up lot of people, and with a lot of enthusiasm, people are coming out from the villages, and from small towns and cities. So we will lose everybody, all the trained people. So this is a very, very, disturbing scenario that we are facing. Plus, to talk about individual like me, I'm it's a hand to mouth existence now. Because whatever little money, whichever was the outstanding, I'm talking about myself. Outstanding was there. I took that 20% of the loan. But that was not enough. I was just wondering, if I had more outstanding, I would have benefited more. So this is something, which is, I do not know how it can help us. So if 50%, if it can be increased to 50%, this credit facility, that would help us a lot. And the NBFCs, if they can do something with it about this 20% outstanding scheme, that will also help us. And what more can be done, how can we be helped? We are just, like Ranjit Das had pointed out, we are just first generation businessmen, and we do not have a corpus of money to run our business for without any billings for so long. So these are the points that I wanted to make out. Plus, another important thing that I wanted to tell you is what about the private banks, Mr. I think Mr. Somebody was talking about, Amit Viswas, I think, was talking about, private banks just telling flatly, we will not give loans to transporters and tour operators. This is what I heard also from my HDFC Bank, which I have the account for maybe about 5 to 6 years now. So this is something which gives you such a big shock. Like, what have we done? I've been paying my EMIs for 5 years for continuously without a single break. But then all of a sudden, it's no fault of ours, and the government is trying to help, giving you the direction to help us. Of course, you'll see our papers. Of course, you'll see our credibility and everything, creditworthiness or whatever you call it. But then, how can they just flatly refuse? That tourism sector is, we will not consider transportation and tourism sector. This is something like we are outsiders, sort of. I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit emotional, but this is what is happening to us. I'm running out of patience. I'm running out of I do not know wit's end, yeah, if I can call it that. It's something which is very, very difficult times that we are going through. Thank you.
I'd like to add on what Mr. Sanjay Thakur said, and it's very unfortunate. And similar thing has happened because my company, fortunately, or should I say unfortunately, I don't have loan. And now my office is verge of closing down. This is number one. Number two is that I have a very small loan, personal loan, and by March I will pay back to the bank, the ICICI Bank, and the bank has refused me to give me further loan on this, because say that by March, since you are off the loan, this personal loan, we will not give it to you, in spite of my thing, because I was going through a bad time, because I had 11 people working in my company. Now I have only one person there, and I have not been able to pay this salary or all those things. So since very unfortunate that I don't have loan, and so I'm not getting loan. So isn't that very absurd on that? I don't know. That's my take of this.
I have heard both Mr. Progasto as well as Mr. Sanjay Thakur. It's a bit emotional, but as per our understanding about this pandemic, basically this pandemic is not over, and we are still undergoing this pandemic. And this pandemic, basically from January 2020 onwards, this downside of the business been observed in tourism sector. We have already noted about the NBFC, private NBFC, because the nationalized banks, they are overburdened with such applications. This is number one. So, of course, this is been noted already. Second is bringing the, that coverage of the working capital from 20% to 50% or more. That is what we are talking, and that has been also noted in the last couple of webinars, and those are already with me. So I'm sure that these are the things which will, of course, present into the Ministry of Tourism as well as Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises. We, being the nodal organization and national organization under the Ministry of MSME, our role is limited. Our role is basically to give the training, teaching, consulting, and research. And so we are, our domain is basically focused into this 4 particular dimension. And also we help the government of India to frame different policies. Now, as this webinar is going on, naturally we are collecting all your feedbacks, and of course we are noting it down and it will be presented. It had been found that when government presents this in front of the government in a humble way, the generous schemes or generous, some kind of helping hand comes in, and we are also on that hope, and we also feel that this entire exercise will help this entire sector. But we at the same time feel that this sector or segment had been not treated, or maybe it had been overlooked by the policymakers. And first we need to survive, and then revive, and then ultimately we will be going for the growth. Now it is estimated that 2021 December this entire crisis will come out. Till that time, as you said, that survival is the biggest thing. So we need to survive, and for this, all this, CLSS, CGTMSE, then Mudra, E-Mudra, all these things are there. These are all loans with a little less, market rate interest to help out. But you imagine that government has also very less capacity. So naturally, the private banks will also come in. And I being a citizen of this nation, even I have a house and EMI is there, but government declared that EMI waiver, but I'm still paying it because it's with the private bank. Now, private bankers are not under the purview of the government all the time, because they have their own mandate and they have their own way of regulations. Of course, they can be monitored by our regulatory bodies, but their business focus or business mandate is completely different than the nationalized banking system. So naturally, the nationalized banking system, whatever we have right now, SBI is the largest banker, and I always request you to go for them for their help. And there are people like Mr. Balbhin who are there, who will be helpful, who will be telling you about the different schemes, and also who will be, who will be guiding you towards getting a loan at least for the survival. So over here, the first level is that when to survive, we have to cut down all our costs. Naturally, you are cutting down as Mr. Purgasto said, that we are cutting down. But I am hopeful, and that's the reason today also I am doing this particular webinar with less participants, that of course your voice will reach to the right people, and that is what is our intention. We will be publishing a paper on this, and on that we will be reaching to the ministry, to the people who are actually will take a friendly decision for us. And that is the way I actually can tell you or give you the hope, but I also don't know where, when and how. So these 2 questions you cannot ask me, because I also don't know. And any other questions are there, like I see Jhantu Rai, Srijani, Sri Ranjani or RS. So any questions we can take it up, because we are at the almost at the end of this particular webinar. Generally, this type of webinar goes on for 2 hours or more. but as we have less participants, so naturally we'll be going on the going to end this, and we have corrected all your views. And like, let me tell you, you are not different than others, and all your concern is also the same concern for all the operators. One very vital point is there that two operators.
Sir, just one question last before you ending, going to the end. Sir, you have told that private banker and the government bank means state bank like this, but state bank people are behave like this, that they, whatever the money they are giving us, that is like a what should I say, but they are glaring us, that when I got to visited to the branch and told them that this is the thing, this is the formula government has given us for us, please provide us something, or please provide us a loan or something. Before looking at our balance sheet, or they are telling that no, it is not the right time to come over here and to tell us for the loan. And here you do not have any existing loan preoccupied, you don't have any existing loan, so you will not eligible for that. But private banker, at least they are taking they are telling and sitting, and they are telling that please sit and give us the papers, I will check and I will tell you that whether you are eligible or not. This is the difference between the state bank and the. And I have visited another bank also, Canara Bank also. Their approach is also same. So we are thinking that whatever the business we have done, we have turnover, whatever we have done, and our friends, everybody will agree with me or share this way. But they are behaving like us, that we are second class or third class citizen. What we have done, it is not, we have not done anything for society, or not, we are not giving taxes or something like that, or GST we are not giving. So for this reason, we are not eligible for anything. Only eligible MSME sector is also, though I suppose everybody is registered under Uddham Mitra or MSME in India, but only the manufacturing sector, they are the big brother like this, they will get a loan. We will not get any loan or something like, we are not eligible. This is my last I want to say.
Mr. Biswas, so I really appreciate that you brought the concern, but actually you are not meeting the right people, because see, if we go to some branch offices or some low-end people, naturally they are not aware. You have to go to the LHO, local headquarters office, and over there every LHO of SBI is having a MSME department. SME.
Sir, I have visited is the LHO of the Baliganj is our area, where LHO, and they give us the MSME loan. I have visited over, not once, twice.
If the MSME sale you have reached and still they are behaving like that, why don't you download the Sarkari gadget, which is available freely on internet, and you show them that it is not manufacturing, it is also service under that is covered.
Okay, thank you for the suggestion, sir. Definitely I will do in the next week. Definitely I will take this in the next week.
Just go to the internet, you go look for the recent MSME definition, and you'll find that it is no more the man, machinery, and the other things. It is all about turnover. So you actually qualify for MSME. See, the biggest mistake has happened that this tourism sector has got one specific ministry which has a focus on this particular segment. Now, all the operators who are there into this particular segment, they don't consider themselves as MSME. MSME is the larger gamut. So even if you are part of tourism sector, but you are MSME. So that is where is the dichotomy in coming into the system. You, as well as you are the tour operator, but at the same time you belong to the micro, small and medium enterprises. So
yes, sir.
Entire DNA, your DNA is basically MSME. So you are covered under all the MSME benefits. but you have to declare yourself that you are basically MSME. So for that, whatever the paperwork are needed to be done, like Uddham Mitra or Udyog Aadhaar, all these things you have to do it.
No, we have already done it. I have already registered like 3 years back. Once it is came to my knowledge, immediately I have done. 3 years back, I have registered myself in the Udyog Aadhaar.
Okay, so then you download this the new definition and then just throw it off into the face of that SME officer. And that's what you can do, and you tell him that he needs to update himself about the SME definition. See, if you have all the paperwork done, GST done, all your books are ready, then you have every right, as Balvin sir said, that you have every right to ask for the handholding and support from the bank.
And during, sir, sorry for the once again to interrupting you. During that time, they told that their version is like this: that whatever ministry or government of India has told that is in the newspaper or that is for the news. But once it is come to our purview, once it is come to our gazette notification or something in the bank, then only we can act according to that. I cannot go beyond my banking norms and regulations.
No,
So it is
that most probably they are saying, but then you need to bring it to the people like Balvin Baidya. I have shared his email ID. You
And-
give the name.
And I will actually, to add to Dr. Chaudhary, Bishwas, I mean, it is really sad that such a thing has happened, but it is not really the scenario. It may be a very, very one-off case. The government of India is very, very particular, keen. Almost every day we are receiving mails from them that you tell us what we can do for you. So it is really, there is some kind of a gap. It is thankful that you joined the webinar today, and I'm sure that we will sort it out. You have Balbin sir's email ID, please share with him. And I have shared my email ID, please share. I mean, this is something which will go unending. I mean, there may be one, dark horse here and there, but that is, let's not get too dissuaded by that. Let's be optimistic. Things are working.
I may add here that, sir, 1 second. The MSME definition has been already percolated down the line to all the branches across all the banks. And this is effective from 1st July. And on 15th July, every bank has been notified about the new MSME definition. It is called URC, Udyami Registration Card. Earlier, it was called Udyami Aadhaar Memorandum. Now it is replaced by Udyami Registration Card. But still, Udyami Aadhaar Memorandum will continue to be in vogue and in force up to 31st March 2021. But still, as per the new definition, if any MSME units are willing, they can register under the new MSME definition called URC and submit their relevant certificate or whatever to the concerned authority.
Anybody
yes, sir.
else?
Thank you, sir. I will share all my details before going to this bank once again.
Or else you can always, Balvin sir's email ID I have shared. Any such issue which is arising in some of the LHO in anywhere in the India, just raise that issue with your case number to him, send an email to him. He can talk with that particular concerned official. His colleagues will be there, no, pan India, at his level. He can always talk and ask them to.
No, instead of email, what I suggest is you can share my number. You can share my cell number. They can WhatsApp me their issue and also the concerned number with whom they have been speaking to at their level at Northeast or whatever it is. So that I will try to coordinate and see what is the bug, what is the thing going wrong there. And I will try to coordinate and rectify and get the thing done and take to its logical conclusion.
That's so
Okay, sir.
nice of you, sir.
Thank you. So nice of you, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Excellent, excellent.
Anybody else?
Sanjay Thakur again, just for clarification, is Udyog Aadhaar and Udyam registration the same thing, one and the same thing, or is Udyam Aadhaar is the from Udyog Aadhar it has become.
It is the same. It is the same thing, but it is called Udyami Aadhar Memorandum. That definition holds good till 31st March 2021. But now a web or window has been opened by MSME as per the new definition, that is like 1 crore what is called investment in plant and machinery, and then maximum 5 crores turnover, and that is called micro. Small is 5 and 50, and medium is 50 and 250. That is
Okay,
the thing. That is 50 is the what is called investment in plant and machinery, and the latter part of it is turnover. So you can register under a new this thing called, that is called URC. But still UAM, that is Udyog Aadhar Memorandum, will continue to be in vogue till 31st March 2021 as per the Government of India guidelines. But I suggest, if you have time right now itself, you can register under the new regime called URC. Thank you.
Thank you so much. URC means Udyam Registration Certificate, something like that? Udyam
Yes, sir. Udyami registration card.
card. Okay, fine. Thank you so much.
Certificate, whatever you call it.
Okay, now if somebody registers with this URC, can that help? Suppose we go to a bank and show them we are registered with this, and will that help in any way?
Yes, definitely, because they come under the ambit of MSME definition.
Okay.
Because was not there.
All right. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
So I hope this webinar, because of the less participants, we still talk, and individually we could cover everybody. And anybody else, we have another maybe 5 minutes to conclude it.
Am I allowed? I'm P.P. Khanna to speak something about that.
Yeah, sure. You go ahead.
Thank you, sir, for giving an opportunity. I'm P.P. Khanna, representing ADTOI, and good to see our chapter chairman, Mr. Arajit, also here. Regarding the MSME in North India, all the tour operators are facing a lot of problems. They have registered.
We have lost you. Maybe you can make your video off and then speak. Bandwidth issue is there. We cannot hear you.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Now, what exactly I would like to express here that, in the Northeast, it's good that you have arranged this webinar for the MSME and for the loans granted to the tour operators. But I am from the North India, from the Delhi particularly, and a lot of people, our tour operators, they have registered themselves under the MSME. And after registering to them, when they go to the bank are directly refusing to give any kind of a loan or subsidy to the tour operators, because they say that exactly this industry is now in a very bad shape, and once we give it to you, and we don't foresee that another 1 year it will uplift now. So this is a problem which we are facing with the banks in North India. I don't know about the Northeast, what is happening in other areas. In Pan India, rather, from the Maharashtra, from Gujarat, we have a lot of 11 chapters everywhere. So everybody is complaining that when they go to the bank and they register it, they are facing a lot of problems with the banks, and they are not granting any loans for them.
Mr. Khanna, this is the problem, because when maybe many of the operators, they have started the business long back, they have never paid tax, they have never paid the book, they have never kept their credentials up. Please don't tell, it is not accepted that government will suddenly give them the loan, because we are undergoing the COVID and such crisis. If the paperwork is okay, nobody is here. We are talking that anybody and everybody can go and qualify for the loan. Because if you imagine that this country, the money which bankers are having, that is the taxpayers' money. So they are the custodian of the money of us. If banks fall, the entire country falls. So they cannot just distribute the money if the paperwork is not there, no?
So I would like to also counter here because there are a lot of agencies which are the big agencies and they have taken the loans earlier also and they have paid on time. Now, under registering with the MSE, they are facing problem on the personal, level. They can get anything, but regarding that MSME, they are facing that no, we cannot give it to you if we know you for the last 20. Like my company is a 40 years old company, and if I go on a personal level to say that diplomatic travel, this is an old company, and I am working with my bankers for the last 40 years, fixed banks, PNB or PSB, whatever it is. So they are not refusing on my personal contacts with them, but through MSME, they said, why you want to go through MSME? MSE is, we don't know, we have not got even the full details till that how can we give it to you? Yes, of course, being you are old associated with us, and we can definitely give it to you. So this is the main problem. I am talking about my own agency, but we have got, I am representing all over India, Pan India, we have got a lot of complaints from our members pan India that they are facing the problems in reference to the MSME for granting of loans from the banks. So this is a major problem which I think you should look into that, and I'll be grateful to you if you please look into that, because Northeast is such a area where exactly even the government, our Prime Minister, Honorable Prime Minister also want to promote that, and we are always there to promote Northeast as a destination, provided there is a kind of a some bailout packages for our members.
Okay, so this is most probably this answer can be given by Buddha sir in a befitting manner. But I said that I have said that if the business doesn't have or maintain the real books in a right manner, there could be many ways like GST. Maybe they have not given. So, specific case, if a person has paid GST, if a person has maintained his book, then he has every right to go for the loan application right now, and there nobody can stop him. That is what the promise I can tell you.
Okay.
Anandi, I agree with your statement that there is a
We should have
slowdown.
another chapters, all the chapters debate. If you really allow us through Mr. Arijit, our chapter chairman, if we can really take some kind of initiative to have this meeting along with the the bankers and with the the MSME officials, so that we can really look into our own queries or the problems. I think Arijit Dada, I think if you can really take this initiative so that we can really solve this problem for our tour operators, because at the moment the industry, everybody knows, in a very bad shape. Unless until there is a kind of some support from the government or for the bankers, I think we cannot survive or revive. And price is a different thing. We cannot even think about that.
Yes, sir. Yes, Khanna Saab. I'll take it over. Thank you.
Chaudhary sir, I have one suggestion here. Whenever you make such webinars, particularly they will be participating from a particular zone, like North Zone or Northeast, whatever it is. I think we can involve one of the official SME official from that particular this thing also, so that the issues can be immediately taken into account and resolved wherever possible if some minor issues are there.
Right, sir.
Sure.
We'll do it accordingly. And right now, I think Vikas is also working with us for OYO hoteliers. And most probably we'll be again doing this webinars in coming time by next month for the hotel industries, specifically in 4 zones, where we'll be bringing the bankers also with you, so that these issues can be resolved on the table itself. On the webinar, we can solve the issues. That is what is our plan with Vikas, and I think that is the right direction actually to resolve the minor issues over the webinar itself.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chaudhary. Thank you, sir.
One more thing, if I can come in, if we can add some private bankers to our webinars,
Sir,
maybe you can.
we are government organization. We can bring any government, any number of government officials, but private we don't really control.
No. But just to have their views,
At
what
least we
they,
can request them to come
what their
into
views are.
on the webinar.
Yeah, what Sanjay is saying, what Mr. Sanjay Thakur is saying, we can at least invite them. Let us invite them. Let them
Yeah.
hear your views, our views. At least they will have something later on. May not be immediately. That is what Mr. Thakur is trying to say.
Exactly, Arijit. Yes,
Yeah.
yes, correct.
Yeah, you guys, most probably in a private level, you can always, through your association, you can do it. And if needed, you can always invite us to be there to make it little more, essence of the government. But at the same time, like as I said, that Vikas, he is trying to take this up from the private, from Oyo Partners or Oyo Rooms business. So similarly, you guys also start doing this kind of activities so that, like the network and the dissemination of the knowledge goes ultimately to the stakeholders in a large manner. Then it's not always it's a wrong or negative picture. I think there are so many good examples are there, and those examples also we need to bring in so that people get hope. Ultimately, this kind of crisis we can only come out all together with a ray of hope. Unless we have the hope, then of course we are dead.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely.
Yeah, agree, sir.
So government has a very limited resources. I cannot be everywhere, but private people, private players, and by the way, MSME is comprised with all private players, and tourism segment has got tremendous opportunity. And most probably this is the third segment which has got the tremendous potential for job. So I think the private segment, like as you are suggesting, that private NBFC also should come in. So similarly, all the industry associations, they need to collaborate. They need to invite. They need to engage the people, and especially the MSME DI is there. We are there. The bankers are there. So you can always engage us into such kind of discussion so that many of the problems, which are minor problems, can be sorted out over the webinar itself.
Absolutely. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
So may I request, I think nobody is there to give the thanks. So I really thank you to all the speakers, because here Mr. Mondal cannot speak. So I may invite Mr. Purokasto to give the thanks to on behalf of your entire fraternity, and let us hope for the best and conclude this particular webinar.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I like to thank Dr. Divendra Chaudhary and his team, entire team. I like to thank Madam Padmaja and Mandal sir from India Tourism. And thank you, Sir P.P. Khanna sir, for joining us. P.P. Khanna sir is the President of Association of Domestic Tour Operators of India, ADTUI. And let Modi ji's brand India 5 T's, that is the talent, tradition, trade, tourism, and technology prevail. Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Thank you.